Criticism, not something that's very pleasant for most people, especially when you're trying your hardest at something or you believe you've humiliated yourself in front of other people. And you'll often notice with narcissistic individuals, the things that they once claimed to care and love about you, they suddenly show that disdain towards you and start criticising you and mocking you and humiliating you. More often than not, you don't criticise other people in order to tear them to shreds. You usually offer that constructive feedback to try and support them and help them. Narcissistic individuals criticise to devalue and to sabotage. And when it comes to narcissistic people, those that just display a lot of narcissistic behaviours, those on the spectrum of the disorder itself, they have those underlying traits such as a lack of empathy, a sense of entitlement, a belief that they're so special, envious, arrogant and haughty behaviour, and several more. They do also have their own individual personalities, from the self-righteous to the somatic to the cerebral, the compassionate, the communal, the fragile and the grandiose. And they tend to react very differently to criticism depending on the beliefs of who they are as a person. So when you criticise a fragile, a covert narcissist, they can react to that criticism differently to those of a grandiose narcissist. Now, when you're learning to no longer react to the narcissist's criticism, you can behave in grandiose ways. You can become indifferent towards them. When you've been criticised to a point by a narcissistic individual where you no longer know whether you're coming or going, believing that you're going crazy, you can react to criticism in fragile, covert ways. It doesn't make you a narcissistic individual if you're not going around exploiting people, if you're not going around being envious of others to the point where you want to destroy them, where you believe they've taken something from you. Jealousy is a normal human emotion. And yes, if someone's taken something from you, it's normal to then be jealous and want to seek revenge. It's about processing these emotions in the right way. If you actually care about other people, you're not a narcissistic individual. If you don't feel entitled to have everything your own way and believe that everyone is privileged and you're the only one that's hard done to in the world. If you're willing to see another person's point of view, it can be a stage that we're going through that we have to process and heal and move on from. When it comes to narcissistic individuals, it's who they are. It's a pattern of behaviour. And when you offer a fragile, a covert narcissist any form of constructive feedback, they more often than not morph into the victim. They respond to any form of feedback, any form of criticising by portraying themselves as being unfairly attacked by you, being misunderstood, so that they can continue to get away with their behaviour with much more leniency. They don't take responsibility. They just get offended and accuse you of attacking them, passing the blame over to you. If a narcissistic individual misses a deadline, they'll just accuse you of always picking on them, of not appreciating how hard they're trying. Call out their behaviour, they accuse you of attacking them, of not understanding them, of not caring about them. Their projection, the very things that they do to you. They can go off sulking with their tail between their legs. They withhold things, they withdraw, and they show that passive aggressive behaviour, such as the silent treatments. So after being criticised, they can then become silent and avoid eye contact with you. They might go to the extent of laughing and joking with all those around you while ignoring you. They're looking to gain people onto their side to validate their version of events so that they can outcast you. They can over-apologise without actually apologising. So they're not going to say, I'm sorry, They're going to say, if they do use the word sorry, I'm sorry you, if, but. So So it's some sort of random excuse or blame shift in there. But they do it more in a way to gain sympathy. Oh, nothing I ever do is good enough for you. Well, I knew it wouldn't be right. I just can't get anything right, can I? So that you feel bad and you find yourself trying to lift them up. They can turn around and say, I'm just no good at this. I keep letting everybody else down. Doesn't matter what I do, I'm always in the wrong. They can become very self-critical. And people can be self-critical. And people can need reassurance. With a narcissist, before you've even criticised them, they tear themselves to shreds to get you to raise them up. So even before you've walked in and given them any form of feedback, they'll claim that, oh, I know I'm terrible at this. I'm just not good at this. I don't even know why I bother. It's time I just quit. So you just say, oh, no, just keep going. You'll get there. You're being supportive, not realising that they're being manipulative. They will go all out to blame external factors because nothing is ever their fault. So they're going to deflect the criticism onto external circumstances or external people. It's never going to be their fault. They'll promise to do something for you. They'll forget. They'll claim that you're the one that forgot to remind them. They'll tell you not to treat them like a child. They will promise to pick up their children. They'll neglect to pick up their children. They'll claim that the other parent didn't let them know in time, even though the other parent gave them ample of time. They'll claim that they were stuck at work, even though they weren't at work. They were out with their friends. They will always blame something or someone else. They can also go all out to minimalise their achievements, to downplay things, to avoid scrutiny. Now, a lot of people who have been around a narcissistic individual will have learned to sort of keep things to themselves because they got torn to shreds. So that alone doesn't make somebody a narcissistic individual. It's those repeat patterns of behaviour. The fragile narcissist will go all out to seek that validation of their version of events. They'll constantly seek reassurance from others to counteract any criticism they've received from somebody else. So if a narcissistic individual cheats on their partner, they'll go to the new supply and everyone around them and claim that the old supply is crazy and bitter and jealous and was mistreating them and that they had no choice. And they'll get the sympathetic attention from those around them so that the narcissist believes that they weren't the issue. They don't see wrong in their betrayal. And people enable them because of their charm or their sympathetic victim play. If you give them some sort of feedback, a narcissist can turn around to someone else and think, do you really think I'm that bad at this? They said this about me. They're trying to get people onto their side so that they can believe their version of events. If anyone has any thoughts on this video or any examples you recognised of a narcissistic individual, a fragile narcissist especially, and their reactions to criticism, please do add those into the comments for people reading through. Thank you very much to all the returning subscribers and your continued support with the channel. It's greatly appreciated. If you are new to the channel, I'm Elizabeth Shaw. This channel is all about narcissistic behaviour to give you more understanding of the people you might be dealing with within your life, how to handle yourself around those people if you cannot give no contact, and different methods to find what works for you to help you understand and overcome narcissistic and emotional abuse. If you do find the information helpful on the channel, please do subscribe. If you are looking for further help and support in understanding and overcoming narcissistic and emotional abuse, I do have several online guides available, and those teachable links are in the video description. If you're looking for someone to speak to, I have partnered with BetterHelp, and their sponsored link is also in the video description. I also have several books out now on Amazon. 15 Rules to Deal with Narcissistic People If You Cannot Go No Contact, a Narcissists Handbook, which is the ultimate guide to understanding and overcoming narcissistic and emotional abuse, how to create boundaries around those who have no respect for your boundaries, and the new book, which is out now, which is the hilarious and horrifying narcissistic memes and their meanings, because a lot of people in the community section of YouTube did ask for them to be put in a book. So it's out now, currently on Amazon. The link for that will be in the description also. And please feel free to leave a review, because that helps when it comes to creating a new book. Go out there and create the day that you deserve, because you do deserve to have an amazing day. Bye.